saving $10,000 in 1 year. How is this possible? Well, today I'm going to go over 10 tips that's going to help you do just that. First, I want you to know that even if you can't save $10,000 in 1 year, maybe it's going to take you 2 years, that's perfectly fine. Everyone is going to have their own path to be able to achieve this financial goal. So the math of $10,000 in 1 year translates to $833.33 per month, or $192.31 per week, or $27.40 per day. So now that we got all the numbers out of the way, let's go ahead and get into step one of how you're going to be able to save $10,000 in 1 year. And step one is the same step as getting to your first $100,000. You've got to get in the right mindset. I have no doubt with enough focus and determination, you're going to be able to get that $10,000 saved up in 1 year. And if you stay with me to the end of this video, you're going to learn all the tips that's going to help you do just that. So for 1 year, I want you to forget about all the negativity that you may face that may come at you. You're going to have to make some sacrifices, yes, and you're going to have to complete one or all the other tips that I'm going to share with you in this video. But you need to understand that this is going to be a marathon race. Just like marathon runners are focused on the long goal, on the goal of running 26.2 miles, you're going to have to focus on getting to your $10,000 and understand that it's going to take some time. So get locked in on that goal. The next step I want you to do is open a high yield savings account. This is not your traditional savings account that you get at your big name banks. This is a high yield savings account that you're going to be able to get online, whether it's American Express or Ally. We have American Express. These companies offer you savings accounts that's going to give you a high yield on the balance that is in your account. And right now, some of these are offering 2%, maybe a little more. But the reason why I like Ally and American Express is because there are no monthly minimums that you have to maintain or any fees for that matter. So it's basically like your savings account that you have at your bank, but it's a completely free savings account to have that's going to let you earn interest on your balance that is also going to help you build a little bit of that amount to $10,000. And it's good to know that these high yield savings accounts, the interest rates that you can earn do go up and down. For some time, it was up at 2% a couple years ago, but then a year ago it was down maybe 0.2%, 0.3%, and now it's back up to 2%. So you can see that it can fluctuate, but overall, this is a great account to have that you're going to be able to put the money that you're saving away and be less tempted to take the money out that you would have otherwise had if it was a savings account that you also do your main checking with. Step 3, related to step 2, is to automate your savings. Sometimes we just need to have the money automatically pulled from our checking each month so that we can remove any barriers, any steps, extra steps that we would have otherwise taken to be able to save the money and put the money aside in a different account. And if you can automate this savings, then you'll consistently be able to put the same amount of money each month away, so that will get you closer to that goal of $10,000. Next step is to spend however you want. No, I'm serious, but the key is to make sure that you're within budget and you're spending after you've paid your mortgage or your rent, you've paid utilities, you've grocery shopped, you've put aside for whatever it is that you need to for transportation and other expenses that you may have. And then you've also finally set aside the amount that you're going to put away into your high yield savings account, whether it's that $833.33 or if it's $400 and you plan to do this in a couple of years. Once you get all the important expenses and obligations out of the way, then yes, you're going to be able to spend how you want. But the key is to start tracking your money today. You need to start tracking your money right now. That's the only way you're going to know what you're spending your hard-earned money on and eliminate whatever it is that is not important that is keeping you from that $10,000 savings goal. Step 5 is to go further on the cutting. I'm talking about cutting the cable, cutting the phone plan down to maybe a lesser phone plan. If you've never done this before, it is going to be a difficult choice. It's a choice that I personally had to make. It's a choice that my wife and I also had to make, where we had to cut certain things out as we were either getting out of debt or we were trying to achieve some kind of savings goal. But once you get your goal, guess what? You're going to be able to bring it all back. Whatever it is that you want to bring back, your subscriptions, your memberships, your dining out and going out with your friends, you'll be able to bring those back. But the likely outcome is that you're going to realize I was able to live my life this last year, these last 2 years without this. So why would I want to bring these back? For us, we didn't bring cable back, but we do have Netflix, HBO Max, and Hulu. But these are actually perks of some of the memberships or some of the expenses that we have, like our phone plan, the internet. Some of these services actually provide free access to like Disney Plus and HBO Max. So check for some of the services that you're paying a monthly fee on and see if they don't already have free services or free perks that allow you to get some of these entertainment subscriptions or offer some perks or other different benefits that you're going to be able to take advantage of that you would have otherwise been paying $10, $20 a month for. The next step, step 6, is to raise that income. There's so many ways to bring extra income nowadays. There are opportunities, side gigs, maybe overtime at your current workplace, online jobs that you can do that's going to help you bring just a little bit more income into your household. I'll be honest with you, there was a time where I was actually a valet attendant in the city. So after my 9 to 5, I would actually drive to the city and then valet from 6 to midnight. It was a temporary job, but it was for a reason. But I did that for almost a year, and it helped me save a little bit extra income for that time, and I made it work. And you can too, even if it's just for a temporary season that you need to add an extra side hustle or overtime or just do something extra on the side, whether it's online, that's going to help bring a couple hundred or a few $100s a month. That's going to be a big help to getting you to that first $10,000. Step 7 is actually one of my recent favorites to do, and that's finding ways to get extra cash, like doing a garage sale, a yard sale, finding things in your home that you can put up on Facebook Marketplace. This was something we did after our kids outgrew some of the things that they were in, like cribs, beds, whatever it was that they no longer needed. We were able to offer those things on Facebook Marketplace and get several hundreds of dollars for some of the things that we bought for them. And a side benefit of doing a garage sale, a yard sale, or selling things in your home on Facebook Marketplaces that you're able to declutter your home. And I don't know about you, but for us, there were some things that we just needed to get rid of and get out of the house. And so there was that side benefit of doing something like this. Step 8 is actually the reverse of doing a garage sale. It's actually going to garage sales, going to yard sales, going to estate sales. You'd be surprised what you can find at some of these events where you can buy something for cheap and then flip it on eBay for double or even triple the amount that you actually purchased those items for. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work. You just need to go and see what those items are selling for right there on the spot, and then make your offer to whoever is doing the garage sale or yard sale, knowing that you're going to be able to flip that for double or triple what you actually paid for. There's so many different real life cases of people doing this that I'm surprised more and more people aren't doing this to be able to bring some extra cash into their homes. Step 9 is I'm going to challenge you to try to save money on housing and food. These are two areas of our lives where we spend a lot of money on. Depending on your situation, you may be able to go back to live with your parents for a year or so. Obviously, this is going to be difficult for families if you've got little kids, if you're a big family. Like, we couldn't do this right now with 4 kids. However, a year after my wife and I got married and had our first child, we actually moved out of the apartment that we were in and then went and lived with my mom for a year, actually. And yes, we did pay rent, but it was significantly less than what we were paying at the apartment because we were just trying to figure things out. We knew that we wanted to buy a house in the future. We had debt that we were trying to pay off, and being fortunate enough to have a mom who was welcoming me back into her home, not only just me, myself, but a wife and a child, was a true blessing, was a real gift, because we were able to go back, save a little money, and also put a huge dent in the debt that we were at that time trying to pay off. But for your situation, if you're trying to save some money, save that $10,000, this can be a way for you to be able to get there faster. Especially if you're young and single and you don't mind having roommates, this is something I suggest you do, something I wish I would have done. When I was in LA for a year and I was crashing at my friend's house, I was sleeping on the floor in the living room. I'm not even kidding. This is what I did for a year when I was about 23, 24. And at that time, I wish I had the awareness to try to save money instead of spending it like I was doing when I was there in California. But hopefully, if you are 24, you're 25, in your mid-20s, you're going to learn some lessons here that's going to help you make better choices with your money. Now, the final tip for you is to celebrate each win. Whether you save the full $833.33 per month, that's going to get you that $10,000 in 1 year, or if you save half of that and do it in 2 years, or even if you save a third of that and save your $10,000 in 3 years, that's still awesome. You should pat yourself on the back. You should celebrate what you're doing, because there's no doubt that you are making sacrifices and you are making difficult choices to get to your financial goals. But as long as you're moving forward and you're staying consistent, celebrate each month that you are able to set aside some money and put it in your high yield savings account, because it is a journey and you've got to find ways to stay positive, and celebrating each month that you are able to put money away is important for you to do. So these are my 10 tips to help you save $10,000 in 1 year. Now, once you save $10,000, you're going to want to figure out what you're going to do with that money. And if you're ready to invest, I want you to check out one of two of the videos on the screen right now that's going to teach you more about investing and help you build wealth. I'll see you over there.